JT Holmes is a name you may recognize if you're a regular viewer of 60 Minutes. He's been on the program before, and the stories we've done about him are always memorable because Holmes is an extreme sports daredevil. He routinely puts himself in death-defying places, usually on skis or in a wingsuit, jumping off mountains. Now Holmes is trying something relatively new, a sport called speed riding. It's skiing with a specially designed parachute called a speed wing that allows you to fly over parts of a mountain impossible to ski down. Speed riding can be dangerous and deadly. It's been popular for years in France and Switzerland, but now is catching on with beginners in the United States. To see this extreme sport in its most dramatic form, we decided to travel with JT Holmes on his latest great adventure in Switzerland. The Eiger in the Swiss Alps is one of the most forbidding mountains in Europe.
Ready, set, go.
And for decades, it's attracted thrill seekers, skiers, and climbers from all over the world.
You ready?
But now, JT Holmes, a professional skier from California, is practicing to speed ride down the Eiger in a way no one ever has. JT uses traditional skis, but he's also attached to a glider-like parachute called a speed wing.
You're capable of transitioning in and out of flight at will.
So you're both skiing and then you're flying. And then you're skiing a little bit more.
Exactly. Speed riding is skiing with an open parachute. And what it allows you to do is ski things right up until the obstacle or hazard, and then you can take flight and then go over to the next desirable section for skiing.
Using his speed wing, JT can soar over the most dangerous parts of a mountain, rocks, cliffs, avalanches, and fly to a completely different slope. He can speed ride on nearly all of a mountain instead of skiing on just part of it. You're actually flying over the things you can't ski over.
Yeah, exactly. So suddenly all these, major obstacles just become kind of fun.
What do you do?
You pull your hands down just a little bit, and boom, now you're in the air. And you can fly over them. So, a lot of these mountains you see, there's only snow going halfway. And with speed riding, we're able to just cruise down all these mountains.
Speed riding has been a cutting-edge extreme sport in Europe for years. Now it's becoming more popular in America. In Squaw Valley, California, where JT Holmes lives, we met his friend, Chris Santacroce. It was Chris who taught JT how to use a glider in 2006.
Good, help it up, use your thumbs.
Now he runs a company called Superfly Inc. and gives amateur skiers 3-day speed riding lessons.
Break it.
Why do you think it's growing in popularity?
Well, a lot of people are like me. They're skiers, and they also have this dream of flying. Like, literally, when I dream, it's just like that. Like, right next to the terrain, popping up if I want to, dropping down if I want to.
I've been skiing here at Squaw Valley since I was 3.
So you wouldn't have attempted this if you were just learning how to ski?
Absolutely not.
Nico Hardy is a Harvard Business School graduate and budding venture capitalist. He and Bianca Batta, who works in marketing and has been skiing since she was 5, are 2 of Chris Santacroce's newest speed riding students.
A few years ago, I saw someone doing it in Switzerland, and it just looked incredible.
What about it to you looked amazing?
They were floating and then skiing again and floating and touching down and then cruising and carving and floating, and just looked like you're bouncing around on clouds.
Chris's 3-day classes don't start on the slopes. Students practice on a rig he created, a speed riding harness attached to the back of his SUV. It acts like a simple flight simulator.
Go ahead and add a little brake on both sides.
They learn how it feels to leave the ground and how to control the speed wing with handles called brakes. They don't just slow you down, they help you turn and make a safe landing.
The only thing you need to do different is keep your eyes on the horizon the whole time.
Looking forward is critical. Look down while speed riding and you'll stall or crash. Chris tells them not to turn their bodies to the left or right unless they want to go in either direction.
Kind of feels like horseback riding, but there's no horse. I feel pretty balanced, and I feel like I could be floating if I sat back like this. Yeah, I'm floating now.
Sweet. So you guys, great job in the simulator. We're super psyched. We're gonna go up the hill right now.
Bianca and Nico take what the resort calls the Red Dog chairlift to a slope called Sully's Knob. For the first time, they're going to use their skis, the harness, and the speed wings.
If you get a little bit ahead of me, don't sweat it. I'll stick with you. I'll never leave you hanging, and I will never tell you to do the wrong thing.
Okay.
The eyes are glued out to that one tree that's by itself out there, right by the edge of the trail.
Okay.
Bianca and Nico are both game for it, but it's not easy at first.
Left, 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 left. Good. Full brake, full brake, full brake. Don't do anything. Right brake, right brake, right, 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 right. Full brake, full brake. Hello.
And brake.
The biggest challenge they learn is to focus
More brake again. Look ahead.
and keep looking straight ahead.
You have to look at where you're going to be because it's like flying. You want to be looking where you're going to end up in the next couple seconds.
So
rather than-
is it like driving a car where you're looking sort of off into the distance, you're not looking at the immediate road right in front of you?
Exactly.
In the middle of the lesson, a couple of expert speed riders come flying down the slope.
Here come a couple guys giving us a positive visual. Have a look up the hill.
Whoa!
Notice the hands are pretty calm. Yeah, boys. Woo!
Nice.
How awesome is that? Love it. All right, so again, thinking about the hands, that's pretty much the only thing I'm gonna coach you on.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, you got it. Good, look at me, everything's perfect, don't change a thing. Keep your hands quiet, put them back like this a little bit, look way ahead. Good, don't change anything, freeze. Good, full brake, full brake, full brake, full brake. Stand tall, good. And now hockey stop, hockey stop. Great job.
Whoa!
That was money.
Oh!
Is it harder than you thought it would be?
It's harder than I thought it would be, definitely. Because when you see people speed riding, like they look like so natural and just flying around.
JT makes it look
Yeah.
easy. After seeing what it's like to try to learn, you appreciate just how talented professionals like JT Holmes and his friend Yuli Kestenholtz really are. Yuli is an Olympic medalist in snowboarding who's become an expert speed rider. He makes it look easy, but at least 40 people have died speed riding in the last 9 years. When we were in Switzerland, we talked about the risks with him and some of JT's other friends over breakfast at the base of the Eiger. Do you worry about the danger?
Well, you should worry, of course. I mean, that's maybe the first thing. I think we do try to eliminate risks.
You have to have a plan B, Yuli says, and a backup plan to the backup plan.
It's like a video game. It's just always happening. You're like bam, 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 but always in control. If you're prepared well, if you have a good plan, a good training, then it's just so much fun.
JT has been planning his Eiger descent for 5 years. It had never been done this way before. Are you nervous?
Absolutely.
You are?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be the most intense thing that I've done in the mountains, or at least it'll feel that way.
I mean, is fear a good thing to have?
Absolutely. You know.
There are 3 parts to JT's plan to conquer the Eiger. From the summit, he'll ski and speed ride down as much of the mountain as he can. Then, without stopping, he'll launch himself off a cliff and free fall thousands of feet before opening a parachute. It's so steep and icy at the summit that his helicopter can't land. After an hour of preparing the launch site,
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
JT is off.
That's when you turn your skis downhill. Now, doing that's very committing because you point your skis down the Eiger, you're probably not going to stop till the bottom.
One way or the other.
One way or the other.
He uses the speed wing for much of the descent, flying over outcroppings of rock and icy slopes too steep to ski. He reaches an open slope on the Eiger's western flank and lands. He cuts loose his speed wing so it won't slow him down. Now he relies solely on his skis and skill.
It's black diamond skiing. You're in a really cool place where few people have skied. Really what you're trying to do is just gather as much speed as possible and just propel yourself off the cliff.
The cliff JT will ski off is coming up fast. This is the most dangerous part of his descent. There's no stopping. He completes a double backflip to stabilize himself, releases his skis, then free falls nearly 2,000 feet, finally opening his parachute.
Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah, buddy!
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. I don't have words to describe how it felt to go and pull that off. after so much time. And, you know, it's kind of a twisted style of having fun, but it was really fun.
The story will continue after this.
Yeah, the paraglider is just a little slower, a little softer.
Novices like Bianca and Nico are unlikely to ever attempt the extreme speed riding that JT does, but the sport still requires a lot of training. On day 2 of their lessons, they practice without skis so they can learn how to control the speed wing.
Perfect, and now we're flying.
Over a different slope near Reno, instructor Chris Santacroce does tandem flights with each of them.
Now we'll go ahead and carve a couple more turns here. You can be in charge.
Once he thinks they're comfortable,
Faster. Faster, 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 faster. Good. Keep running.
he stays on the ground with his walkie-talkie as they fly.
And now look down and to the left.
There's more wind here than in Squaw Valley, making it possible for them to soar 200 feet above the ground.
Are you scared in the air?
I was actually shocked by how unafraid I was. I felt very comfortable in the air. I think doing it on the skis is a little bit more nerve-wracking because there are more elements at play. And, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with the terrain you're on. So if there's a lot of obstacles, then that definitely will make you nervous.
Quiet, relaxed hands, right?
In the final day of training, Bianca and Nico are hoping to have their best flights of the weekend.
Looking super good, buddy. Just continue. Everything's awesome.
Nico manages to fly 25 feet in the air.
Awesome. Hands up, hands higher. Good, don't do anything. Perfect.
Bianca goes even higher, but has a close encounter with a tree.
So wait, is she supposed to be heading toward that tree?
She's a little high.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah,
How long can you get air for?
it depends on the conditions, honestly. You can go up
She's
with
still
these
up
things.
in the air. That's...
Yeah, sorry. I'm not your best interview right now because I'm watching what's going on here.
Look right, look right, look right. Good.
She stuck it.
Good work.
Yes.
Maintain the brakes. Don't move. Don't move.
Bianca misses the tree narrowly, and a few minutes later makes one more flawless flight.
That was awesome. How'd it feel?
Felt great.
Yeah?
Another one for the books. Another flight.
You want to do it again?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Next stop, the Eiger.